Special Issue Task Force. How can I help you? All right, joining us in the studio, Seyoung, hello.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Happy Tuesday.
Oh my goodness. I saw the dance you and Arirang did
Hula
yesterday.
dance, yeah.
It was good.
I love everything about Hawaii. You know, I went on honeymoon to Hawaii.
I do know.
And yeah, it was heavenly.
I know.
I really want to go to Hawaii again, but it's the one problem with Hawaii is it's so expensive. Everything is so
really?
expensive. Yeah.
You know, I do the Hawaii tourism event all the time.
Oh, yes.
But
That's why you named your daughter Loha.
Yes.
From Aloha.
But they never called me back. I named my daughter Loha after Aloha, and they never called me back afterwards.
They will maybe next year.
And I've never gone to Hawaii. I just want to put it out there. Seyoung, so we're talking about the baseball jerseys.
Yes.
You also have a jersey too, obviously.
And
there's
what's my number?
It's 2 zeros.
2 zeros.
Because I couldn't put 3 zeros.
Because my name is Haeyoung.
Yes, 3 0.
Young.
But the uniform only allows 2, so you're going to be too young.
Too young.
Yes.
So I should probably change my name.
No, Seyoung is okay. Let's just I'll draw it with a marker.
Another 0.
I'll just draw another 0. And then I think there's already like our listeners
You
who
spend your own money for the guests.
I did.
That's so impressive.
Look at this. Bruce says, Seyoung, I choose your signature. Sorry,
Really?
SJ.
When you first said that, I kind of worried because what if no one wants my
No, there's
jersey
definitely
with
going to
my
be people
signature?
want it. Probably Yanguno wants your signature too.
Really? So it's
probably-
competition.
It is competition.
Guys.
It is the big question is who's going to want me, you know? Who's going to want mine? I'm just going to end up like, it's going to end up...
Maybe Aroni or your wife.
Can't even fit. We're going to be talking about some of the hot issues. And for the first issue, it's literally hot.
So hot.
It's a hot issue. It is extreme heat wave. It's a heat wave I've never seen before. Aaron, my son, on Saturday had heat stroke.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's still not 100%.
He's in Daegu. Daegu is one of the hottest places.
I was like, what are you
Hottest cities in Korea.
They went on Sunday. He had the heat stroke on Saturday. And I was like, why are you going to go to Daegu? Daegu's like the hottest.
They're pretty cold.
Yeah. But I guess maybe he's all right now, but that's how hot it is.
Because he's staying at a luxury hotel, so he's going to be fine.
I found out about this later on. I didn't know this. But let's talk about the heat wave that we have.
Yeah, it's not just hot, it's dangerously hot. And we are seeing temperature soar to levels where it's not just uncomfortable, it's life-threatening. And according to Korea Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasures Headquarters, over 2,400 people have suffered heat-related illnesses this summer alone. And sadly, as of Tuesday, 12 people have died, and that's 3 times more compared to last year. And taking a look at what kinds of heat-related illnesses people suffer, mainly heat stroke, heat exhaustion, and heat cramps. And this can come on suddenly, especially in the elderly or children like your son or people with chronic illnesses. And some common symptoms include dizziness, nausea, confusion, and rapid heartbeat. And the government is urging people to stay hydrated, avoid going out during the hottest hours of the day, and check on elderly neighborhoods. And there's also what's called SOS Care Service that provides cooling items like special bedding or fans to people in need.
Yeah, even again, it was my grandmother's death anniversary, so we went out to the memorial, and we were in a shaded area.
But it's still hot.
Yeah, and
because of the humidity.
It was only for about, I want to say, like 20 minutes max. And I could tell like he was a little bit whatever. But then the thing is, you can't really see the symptoms right away. It was at night when he was sleeping, he started throwing up. And then like nosebleed, throw up again. And then it lasted for a while. So sometimes the symptoms don't show until later on. It's very, very dangerous. Again, that's the reason why they say children and the elderly try to limit the outdoor activities.
Right.
But again, it's not just people being affected by this.
The heat is impacting every part of daily life. And take agriculture, for example. Over 1 million farm animals have died from heat stress, and dairy cows are especially vulnerable, so many are producing less milk or collapsing from exhaustion. And some farmers are reporting a 20% drop in milk production. And that is bound to affect prices too, and not just dairy. We are already seeing rising prices for fruits and vegetables, just like we talked about last week, heatflation. In addition to that, food poisoning cases are also increasing because because obviously with this intense heat, it's hard to store food safely, right? And interestingly, the number of mosquitoes is dropping. Normally, you'd think that's a good thing, but it's actually a sign of just how extreme the heat is.
You know, the crazy thing is, I'm usually a magnet for not just women, but mosquitoes.
Not just women? What are you talking? Oh, because you dated so many girls
Yes.
in the past.
Yes. But I've gotten no mosquito bites this summer.
Oh.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I've also gotten no interest from any women except for my wife. I don't even think she has any interest in me.
Okay, let's move on.
But anyways, it is the heat. It is the heat to blame here. What about people's day-to-day lives? Like any changes with that?
Well, one big issue is tropical nights. When nighttime temperatures don't fall below 25 degrees Celsius, people can't sleep, and it's causing chronic fatigue, especially among workers and students. And some convenience stores are reporting a spike in sales of ice packs and sleeping aids. So it's really affecting both physical and mental health. And this is more than just a seasonal annoyance. It's a public health concern. Hospitals report a 30% increase in emergency visits for heat-related symptoms compared to last year. And there are concerns that the number of summer COVID-19 wave could get worse as people gather in indoor air-conditioned places with poor ventilation. I mean, even at home, I try to ventilate regularly, but it's really hard to open window because I can't really turn the AC off.
No, it's just you open the window and it's just hot air.
So hot.
It's disgusting hot air that comes in, and the worst part is like the balcony.
Oh,
the balcony is where they have the air conditioners. What is it? The motor stuff. What is that called? The
시루에기 in
Korean.
Korean.
Right? Yeah. And it's also hot. And you go out there and it's like
burning. Right.
I'm out. And again, sleep is the other thing. I haven't been able to sleep so well because the heat, right? Even if I have the fan on and all that stuff, it's just it just doesn't feel good, right? But are there any steps being taken to help people cope with this heat?
Well, besides the emergency support services I mentioned earlier, some cities are opening up cooling centers where people can rest in air-conditioned spaces for free. And there's also more public messaging this year, educating people on how to recognize heat stroke symptoms and what to do in an emergency. And once again, the symptoms include high body temperatures, rapid heartbeat and breathing, severe headache, vomiting, etc. And some workplaces are adjusting working hours to avoid outdoor labor during peak heat. But at the same time, there are also people who have no choice but to stay outside for long hours in this dangerous heat, even though we all know how harmful it can be to their health. Delivery workers, gas meter inspectors, and outdoor sanitation workers are just a few examples, and I believe we need stronger legal protections and rules in place for them.
The other day, I went to the convenience store and bought one of those sports drinks, and the sports drinks are 1+1, right? And then I was driving out, there was like a truck, you know, those delivery worker truck drivers coming out, and then I rolled down and I was like, hey,
share it?
I did. I gave him the other one because I felt bad.
That's so touching.
I felt so bad, right? So I mean, it was 1+1 anyways, and the guy was like sweating, and they're the real heroes. They're the real.
They are.
Also, the guy who delivered my wine cellar today, the big wine cellar that came.
Why did you order the wine cellar in the first place?
Because my wife is not home right now.
Oh.
So good chance. So he came in by himself. It was really hot, and so I mean, I gave him some watermelon.
I
and
just
stuff.
want to say, it's okay if 중복, 말복, and 초복 has already passed. 중복 is tomorrow, and 말복 falls in the first week of August. And on these days, we especially consume dishes that can save us from the heat. And here's something fun. In the Arirang radio office, we're actually running a poll about how people cope with the heat. Do you go for 이열치열, fighting heat with more heat, or 인행, 친행, cooling down with something icy? So that's what people are curious about.
I
these
voted
days.
too.
Did you vote?
I did. I did 인행진행. I love naengmyeong, but
I did too.
I don't know how to do the tally the Korean way.
You're the one who did it wrong.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, I was trying to fix it. Someone has doesn't have
I never went to school in Korean.
Oh.
I never learned. You guys,
I tried to fix it, but I was not able to erase it. So I was like, who did that? Maybe Peter?
No, it was me.
It was you?
In America, when we do the tally, it's 4 sticks and then slash.
Yes,
that's 5.
that's right.
I never learned the Korean way. So I was like,
It's okay.
what's
Now
the next?
everyone knows who did it.
I also did wine too. I put a thing for wine.
But some people go for 이열치열, like
Yeah.
eating samgyetang, like we talked about before. It's not for USG because it causes diarrhea for you.
Yes.
Or chuotang, spicy large soup. The idea is that sweating from hot food helps your body release heat and regain balance. But I believe since you're dealing with a whole new level of heat now, this isn't the same summer our grandparents experienced.
No.
It's hotter, it lasts longer. So maybe we need other ways to cope with heat from now on.
Definitely so. Guys, please stay safe. Try to limit your outdoor activities as much as possible. But the most important thing is hydrating yourself and not with others. The water is the best way.
Right.
Water is the best way. Sometimes...
Don't consume too much coffee.
No.
Caffeine is not good.
No, good thing I hid my ice Americano cup here. We're going to continue to talk about some of the hottest
Alcohol
issues.
either.
No alcohol. I haven't drank wine in several days now.
Okay, but you have a new wine cellar.
I do, just to keep.
So ironic.
Yes. We're going to continue to talk about other hot issues here in Korea, but first let's take a listen to a song here from N- with Fever.
Give me fever. 얼음 같은 눈, 그 붉은 눈빛 breaking me in two. 나를 흔들지 옹자에 앉은 네 앞에 설 때 내 안에 타는 불길. What I gotta do? 뜨거운 손이 너를 찾아도 I can't have it. 너에게 손대선 안 돼. 절대 하지만 이끌리지. 난 아플수록 널 원해. 멈춰 제발 멈추지 마. 멈춰 제발 멈추지. 너 때문에 온몸이 타올라. 너 때문에 심장이 목말라. Like a fever, 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 fever. 널 안고 싶어, 널 안고 싶어. 밀어내도 내 안에 타올라. 새가 돼도 불꽃이 피어나. Like a fever, fever, fever. 널 알고 싶어, 널 알고 싶어. Don't stop. 그래 all day, all day. 태워줘. Please stop. 나에 대하여 그만 baby. Oh baby. 이런 날 어떻게 좀 해줘. 어떻게 좀 날 도와줘. 날 도와줘. 날 도와줘. 날 안아줘. 너 때문에 온몸이 타올라. 너 때문에 심장이 목말라. Like a fever, 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 fever. 널 안고 싶어, 널 안고 싶어. 밀어내도 내 안에 타올라. 새가 돼도 불꽃이 피어나. Like a fever, fever, fever. 널 안고 싶어, 널 안고 싶어. 너 때문에 온몸이 타올라. 너 때문에 심장이 목말라. Like a fever, 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 fever. 널 안고 싶어, 널 안고 싶어. 밀어내도 내 안에 타올라. 새가 돼도 불꽃이 피어나. Like a fever, fever, fever. 널 알고 싶어, 널 알고 싶어.
Hey! Stop looking at the clock! We still got more work at the Culture Inc.
And the last track you heard, N- with Fever. We had a message in from Bahar who says water and a pinch of salt. That's very important.
Yes.
Because when you're sweating a
Sodium.
lot and your sodium levels go down, it can be very, very dangerous, which is why athletes, like baseball players, right before the game, what they're given is salt tablets. And I've had salt
Or the
tablets before.
armies.
Or yeah, soldiers too. Yeah,
Soldiers.
soldiers. I've had
Yes.
those salt tablets before playing baseball back in the day.
Oh.
Tastes disgusting.
Ooh.
But very important.
Yes.
Very important. Which is why the sports drinks are good because it has a lot of sodium. Like it has sodium added into it as well. We talked about the heat wave here in Korea. We talk about something else here. The government initiative, the Livelihood Support Coupon Program that began on July 21st. That was a Monday. I was part of the very first people to get it. These are the birthdays because it was a 1 in 6, right? Being born in 86, I got it.
And you were able to receive it thanks to your wife, right? Who is Korean citizen.
Yeah, but I pay a lot of tax. Tia, walk us through how it works and who's benefiting from this.
Well, like we introduced on the show before, the coupon, also known as the Livelihood Recovery Coupon, gives every citizen 150,000 to 550,000 won, depending on income and location. And let's find out how the money is being spent since the distribution of coupons began on July 21st. Well, because these coupons can only be used at small businesses with annual revenue under 3 billion Korean won, in one's local area, they are directing spending into tiny shops, local eateries, and convenience stores to boost neighborhood economies. In places like Gwangmyeong City, surveys show over 95% of residents said the support helped their lives. About half of local small business owners also reported sales maintained or increased after usage.
Yeah, I registered through my credit card company, and I didn't know my convenience store in the first floor of my apartment was accepting it. And then I just got a text. I bought some stuff, and it just got a text message saying you just used whatever
Yes.
amount. and you have this month.
Automatically,
I still have about 100,000 left now, and that convenience stores needs all the help they need. So overall, good news for the small business sector.
yeah, but it varies actually. On convenience stores, local pharmacies, and dental clinics are among the most notable gainers. Taking Gwangmyeong City as an example, again, opticians, hair salons, pharmacies, and dental offices ranked in the top 5 for transaction amounts per visit after the coupon rollout. On the other hand, large format retailers, major franchise chains like Asbox, Costco, online malls, and even corporate supermarkets like Emart, Lotte, or No brand something are excluded even if they operate nearby. And that's fueling concern that some businesses will lose customers as small shops gain volume.
Yeah, but then if you think about in the past, right, it's a lot of the smaller businesses that
Right.
lost out their business to the major conglomerates, right? And it's really the small to mid-sized companies that have been struggling.
Yes, but my problem is that there's an Emart everyday store right across the street from my home. And
Oh,
since
they
it's
can't-
hard for me to go far because of the kids, I usually shop there in person when I can shop online.
And you
but
can
I
use
can't,
that?
I
Oh, you
can't use
can't.
it there. So I mean, it's
Wow.
not the most convenient way for grocery shopping in my case.
I had a big argument with my wife over the usage of this. She was going to use this to pay for the hagwon. And I said, don't use that money for hagwon.
Now
She
you
was-
start to learn piano.
Oh, because of Aaron. And I said, you can't use that because that's not the money that should be going there. And it should be to people that really need it. And then she said, well, what about the Kendo Academy and the Piano Academy, which is a
Right.
small privately run stuff. I was like, yeah, I think they should do it, but not the English Academy. They're making millions. Don't give it to them.
It depends.
So I think it's it
Depends on the
depends.
size of the hagwon.
Yeah, and so
right.
I was a firm believer that you should use this for really people that need this. And I promised our listeners out there that I wasn't going to spend this money on in buying wine. I didn't.
Wow.
I haven't bought wine with it. I
Well done, SJ.
I used my own money to buy wine, not the government money. But
Good job.
economically speaking, Sia, what impact does this policy have?
Well, there's a concept in economics called the multiplier effect. It means that when you invest 100 won, the actual impact on the economy isn't just 100. It could grow to 500 or even 1,000 won. And let's say the government gives out 10 million won to citizens through a welfare program, and people won't just hold on to the money. They will spend it, and that means the original 10 10 million won goes directly into the consumer market. And when someone spends 10 million won on goods or services, someone else is earning that money as new income. And that person will then spend part of what they earned, creating another round of income for someone else. And the cycle just goes on and on. And since this livelihood support coupon has a strong chance of triggering a multiplier effect with its nature, it's issued in the form of local currency that cannot be saved. It has to be spent and spent locally. So maybe people have high expectation for this policy.
Yeah, definitely. So, and this is like, so far they're saying this is like the first round. So I don't know how many rounds they're going to have with this thing. But that's only part of the story. Yeah, there might be a second round
September.
too. Yeah. But that's only part of the story. Like, are there any concerns over the livelihood coupons though?
Yeah, on the other hand, some critics point out that the long-term impact is limited unless follow-up support is provided. Many businesses only see a temporary spike and then return to baseline. And plus, there's been a surprising twist in how the government's new consumption coupons are being used. Some citizens are now using them to bulk buy cigarettes at convenience stores or small neighborhood markets. And cigarettes, while technically a consumable product, don't actually help stimulate real economic activity because they are also harmful to public health. So critics argue that public funds shouldn't be used this way and are calling for restrictions on what can be purchased, just like in some other countries where government aid cannot be spent on alcohol or tobacco.
Again, I refuse to spend my government money on alcohol, right? Wine. So, I mean, that's just the thing. Again, I mean, maybe there are wine shops that need help, but it's just, I just feel bad, you know? So maybe I'll have some, wait.
You spend money on other beverages and shared with the one of the truck driver, right?
No, but that wasn't what the government,
Right.
but I wonder,
Yeah.
what if, but what if I want to help out a small business and it's a restaurant and it's a sundaeguk place and I order soju.
Soju?
Because I can't.
Maybe it's a different story. I think you can do it to
man.
help out the small restaurants.
Yeah, and I have to have soju if I'm eating sundaegukbap.
Some soju, yeah, just one bottle of soju will be okay.
Yeah.
Not bulk, like they are.
Oh, they're buying
like
bulks of
yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay, that's different, right? Anyways,
You can ask your mom or your wife.
no, it's not.
And if they say okay, you can just go ahead and do it.
I've been using this very, very smart right now. I still have 2/3 left over. I'm going to continue to talk about some other special issues here on Special Issue Task Force with Hyun joining us in the studio. But first, let's take a listen to a song here from IU with Shopper.
가지고 싶어 Yeah, I want more I get more 설레는 게 이렇게나 많은 걸 I must have 저녁 7시 노을의 팔레트 Big course I'll take it course 가슴 터질 듯 내 이름을 외치는 목소리 안 돼 나 훨씬 더 대담한 걸 원해 원해 Let's go Tell me 흩어질 만큼 더 채워 날마다 빨리 가자 미쳐보고 같지 않아 필요 없는 건 없어 For my victory Even your jealousy 나 이제 또 모르던 세상을 욕심내볼래 Oh let's go Tell me 흩어질 만큼 더 채워 Look around 시간은 잘마다 빨리 가자 Breathe hands free Make your own 까칠하대 난 것처럼 이 샵은 닿지 않을 영원히
Yeah, that was IU with Shopper. Talked about the government coupons that we've been receiving here. On to our final story of the day, the one that touches on both politics and workplace cultures. Haeyoung President Lee Jae-myung recently made headlines by visiting the SPC factory. As you know, over the past several years, SPC has been at the center of many controversies,
Yes.
Especially with its workers. Let's talk about the significance of this visit.
Yeah, it was quite symbolic. President Lee visited an SPC plant in Pyeongtaek that had seen several serious industrial accidents over the past few years. The most tragic one happened in 2022. A worker in her 20s died at a bakery factory operated by SPC Group. She was caught in a machine used to mix sandwich sauce. That's terrible. And it was revealed that two similar accidents had already occurred at the same factory earlier that year. And sadly, another incident occurred again in May this year. And this repeated safety failure stirred national outrage and criticism over SPC's labor practices.
Yeah, there was a huge boycott that was going on, but unfortunately, one of the things is like SPC is one of the basically the headquarters of the major
Right.
bakery. And many of the bakeries are actually run by small
That's
business
right.
owners,
That's
right?
right.
And so it's like the Pekchongwon issue all over again. It's not really Pekchongwon that's taking a big hit. It's the small business owners who own these bakeries and stuff like that that's hit by this. But this wasn't just a routine visit. It had a clear message, right?
Yeah, President Lee strongly emphasized worker safety, calling for a fundamental overhaul of the company's labor structure. And he pointed out that these weren't isolated accidents, but part of a broader problem, a work system that prioritizes output over people's lives. And also, President Lee's visit to SPC plant in Siheung carried a particular weight, not only due to the recent fatal workplace accident there, but also because of his personal history. Having once worked as a teenage laborer himself, President Lee had to experience a serious incident and got injured. And during the visit, he remarked, "I'm a former laborer and an industrial accident victim myself, and decades have passed since then, yet still too many workers die at their workplaces." And his comments, backed by his own experience, underscored the urgency of building a safer, more humane working environment in Korea.
You have to understand that President Lee Jae-myung, before he got to where he was, struggle was really, really real for his family, right? I mean, it's just, he really started from the very, very bottom of the society.
That's why he couldn't go to the middle school and high school.
No. And again, I think a lot of people in other countries, when they see that a president went through all that stuff, it's like, they're going, oh my goodness, is that possible? Yes, it's possible, right? It's very respectable. And as a response, SPC announced a major restructuring of its operations. When the president gets involved with this, you have to make some changes here.
Yes.
Set to begin October 1st. What kind of changes are we expecting?
Well, key reforms include reorganizing production lines, reducing nighttime shifts, and adjusting product portfolios to ease labor intensity. And more personnel will be deployed, and automation is expected to reduce manual reads. And the idea is to move away from a speed over safety culture.
Definitely so. Let's talk about the cultural approach of this as well. I mean, it's more than just a company issue, right? I mean, we're just talking about, yes, we are talking about one company right now that was, again, at the center of some of the biggest controversies in the past few years because of multiple incidents that took place at the factories there. But there's a larger implication for Korean manufacturing.
Yes, Korea's manufacturing sector is known for long hours and an intense pace, and many companies still operate under the belief that hard work and loyalty are best proven through overtime, even overnight shifts. And this incident and President Lee's intervention could prompt a wider shift in how work is valued in Korea. And I believe many of our foreign listeners are already familiar with this culture, but in Korea, working long hours has traditionally been seen as a virtue, almost a badge of honor, and it's tied to post-war economic growth and rapid industrialization, people say. But just like many others OECD countries, young people these days believe the ideal employee isn't the one who stays the latest, but the one who works efficiently within reasonable hours. And as time passes by, the culture is slowly moving toward the 52-hour work week is an example. And I hope the SPC case could accelerate that transition. Labor groups, especially younger generations, are calling for safer workplaces, better working hours, and overall quality of life. And there's a growing awareness that better labor conditions can actually improve productivity and long-term competitiveness as well.
If you think about what started unions and what started the improvement of factory workers and their work conditions, again, we go back to a lot of the protests that happened in the past and so forth. But there is still room for improvement, and especially when it comes to overworking factory workers where heavy machinery is being used. Think about it, when you're tired and sometimes you just don't think straight, your body doesn't move the way that you should when you're well rested and things like that, and it leads to accidents. And it really it takes a small mistake for it to be a fatal accident for many of these factory workers.
And the reason why they said they will increase the number of workers, because there should be another person who can overlook the other person who's working at night, but there was none who can protect or prevent that accident.
Yeah, and the other thing with this is that, I mean, this is, if you look at some of the, like Hyundai Motor, if you go into people that work in the assembly lines, the manufacturing, they get paid very well.
Right.
And the reason why they get paid very well is, I mean, it's a big
are working.
No, and also, like, I mean, it doesn't force you to work many, many hours in order to make that money.
Right.
Right. And so you need to improve the wage of the factory workers so that they don't have to work 80 hours. They don't have to work 90 hours in order to, help their children go to school and things like that. They need to improve the wage for sure here. But again, it is encouraging to see that safety and efficiency don't have to be complete polarizing opposites, right?
Yes, as President Lee said during his visit, no bread is more precious than a life. And this signals a shift in mindset from output-driven growth to human-centered management. And if this becomes a new standard, Korea, I believe, could become a role model for combining industrial strength with humane labor practices. And I hope it leads to lasting change, not just at SPC, but across other industries as well.
Yeah, but another thing that I really want to, again, we talked about a number of things here, heat wave, and then also, labor and things like that. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago, one of the Vietnamese migrant workers at the construction site.
Other co-workers were bullying him.
Yeah, not only that, but he died of a heat stroke.
Right.
And it was, I believe he sat down to rest a little bit because he was feeling dizzy, and then he passed away, unfortunately, because of heat stroke. There needs to be more done to help out the migrant workers, number one, and also to really watch out for the construction workers who are working outdoors in this heat wave. There needs to be more strict policies. You need to regulate the policies. Don't say you're just going to make policies and not regulate it, because, again, these are the very people who are the foundations of the Korean economy, and let's help them out, right?
That's right.
Oh, Hae-young. Man, we have touched upon a lot of stuff today.
Time to go. Bye.
It's time to go. And Hae-young, as always, thank you so much.
Have fun with your lovely little daughter.
My wife is back today, so it's
she's coming back
she's already
today.
here right now, so I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Good
But
for you.
Seyoung, have a great rest of the night, and we'll see you again next week.
I'll see you next week.
All right, sending Seyoung out of the studio. Let's take a listen to a song here from Kobugi with Four Seasons, 사계.